homemakers, there is a lot that we take care of every day. We make sure that the meals are ready and prepared. We clean the house. We keep up with the laundry. We take care of the errands. We take care of the kids. But one thing that we sometimes neglect as homemakers is taking care of ourselves. And that's such an important thing that we need to do, but it often gets neglected. And when that happens, we lose motivation and then we're not productive. We lose energy and we start to get burned out. And then we end up getting kind of irritable with the people around us and we lose the joy in our home. So taking care of ourselves really is super important, and it should be something that we make a priority as homemakers. It's something that as homemakers, it's part of our job to do, is to take care of ourselves as well. And so today I'm going to share with you some really simple things that I make a priority in my life. Some of these are non-negotiables, and I'm going to tell you what I do every single day that I absolutely know I have to get done in order to be a better homemaker. And then I'm going to share some things that are priorities. Don't always happen, but I like to get them done. And then most of these I would say are free or very inexpensive. So it's not like you're going to have to go to the spa and spend a bunch of money or get a babysitter for a day and pay for a babysitter. A lot of these you can do. They're super practical. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Emily, and my main job is being a homemaker, and I love sharing my passion for homemaking with other moms as well so that they can embrace their role as a homemaker. I also homeschool my kids. I have 2 children, and I work part-time from home. And I'm a Christian as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into the things that I would call my non-negotiable self-care habits as a homemaker. Number 1 is getting a shower and getting dressed every single day. Okay, so I remember those first months as a homemaker, and I would sit in my pajamas most of the day, like half of the day. And then it would be like lunchtime and I'd be like, I suppose I should get dressed for the day. Or even like right before right before my husband would get home from work, like maybe he would be home in a half an hour or an hour. And I'd be like, I guess I probably stink and I should go get a shower. And it kind of is embarrassing to say that, but I know that I'm not the only one. I know that there are other stay-at-home moms who have trouble getting a shower. And especially when you have young kids, it can be difficult and it can almost feel like impossible. Like, how are you supposed to get a shower when you're taking care of these little ones? But it really is not impossible. It really is just a different way of doing things. So I started making it a priority to get a shower as soon as possible in the mornings. And that made such a huge difference in how I felt. When you're clean and you smell good, it just makes you feel better. And then you're more likely to do the things that you need to get done each day. So getting a shower. And maybe it's right away before your kids even wake up. Maybe you get up 10 minutes before them. Other days, it may not be possible to wake up before your kids. And so you may just have to get your kids ready, get them breakfast made, and then get a shower as soon as possible after that. But that is a non-negotiable for me. Another non-negotiable besides getting a shower and getting dressed every day is to make sure that I'm drinking water. And so I do drink coffee. I love my coffee and I have a cup of coffee every single morning. But then I pour myself some ice water because I notice that when I'm not drinking water, then I'm either dehydrated because I'm not drinking anything, or I'm more likely to drink sugary drinks, which it tastes good for the time that I'm drinking it, but then I always start to feel bad when I have that extra sugar. So drinking water is super important. And I have a couple of just thermoses that I drink from. I know that those Stanley cups are super trendy right now. And so a lot of people are drinking from those, but really anything that's going to keep my water cold throughout the day, that's what I'm going to drink from. And I just sip on it throughout the day. I take it with me wherever I go. If we go run errands, it's with me. If we go to a park, I've got it. And it just helps give me that energy that I need and keeps me hydrated throughout the day. So that is a non-negotiable. Another one that I make sure that I do every single day is I get to bed on time. And so I used to love staying up at night, especially after the kids went to bed and I had that quiet time all to myself. I would just want to stay up late. But I wasn't doing anything productive. I was just like watching TV or scrolling on my phone. And then I would wake up super tired and grumpy because I wasn't getting enough sleep. And so I finally decided, okay, I need to have a bedtime myself and follow a bedtime routine, just like I have for my kids. And so I have a bedtime. I try to be in bed by 9:30 every single night. And that makes sure that I am falling asleep around 10 o'clock, 10:15. Sometimes it just takes me a little while to drift off to sleep. My husband can be out like within minutes, but for me, it takes a while. But that makes sure that I have a full night's sleep and I wake up rested instead of feeling super groggy and then grumpy and with less energy. So I follow a really simple evening routine. I wash my face, I brush and floss my teeth, and then I'm in bed basically. And that just makes sure that I am making sleep a priority. And even when I had babies, well, I didn't make it a priority with my first, but when I had my second, I knew that I was going to make sleep a priority. And so I followed a sleeping routine with her, and that helped me also follow a sleeping routine. And I made sure that, I put her down, I gave her her last feeding, put her down, and then I went to bed right after that, so that I was making sure that I was getting some sleep and not, even though I was going to be waking up during the night, but I wasn't staying up super late and then getting up during the night and just not getting any sleep. Okay, so those are my non-negotiables. And I want to add one more. Okay, so the other one is, since I am a Christian, then getting quiet time with God is also a non-negotiable. And so I had been reading the Bible recap and just reading through the Bible every morning. And I quit doing that. And right now I'm just kind of doing like a slower paced Bible study. I did one with a Lisa Turkhurst one. And right now I'm just reading through Proverbs and I'm just keeping it really simple. I needed kind of a break and just kind of a refresh. And so I'm just reading a Proverbs a day right now before I start a new Bible study. And that really just helped me in the mornings, just helps me kind of wake up. I pour myself a cup of coffee, I get started on reading the Bible, and then I pray. And it really just helps me set the tone for the day and helps me remember throughout the day as I am facing different situations with my kids, with circumstances that are happening, with just maintaining my home. I'm remembering that my focus is to honor God. And maybe even in the morning I prayed, Lord, help me to love my children. Well, then I'm reminded of that throughout the day as I interact with them, that I want to show them love because I prayed for that. And so it's really important to have that time in the morning to fill my soul so that I can then fill the souls of the people around me. Okay, so those are non-negotiables. Let's talk about priorities for self-care. They aren't necessarily things that I get done every single day. Okay, so just being really honest with you here. I would love to do these things every single day, but they don't always happen. Okay, another priority is exercise or movement in some way. So I like to do some strength training about 3 times a week in the mornings. I don't always do this. Some weeks I am off, and that's something that I'm really working on. But I think it's very important to keep up with my muscle strength, especially as I'm getting older. I am 40 now, and so I know that I need to make sure that I'm maintaining my muscles because I don't want to lose them. And then I also just like to get out and walk, especially now that the weather is nicer. My kids and I have been going on walks more. They'll ride their bikes, ride their scooters, and I will walk. Sometimes when you go to a park, if there's a sidewalk around the park, sometimes I'll just let them play and I will just walk laps around the park and get in some exercise that way too, which is really nice. Another priority is eating fruits and vegetables. And so I'm not perfect at this. I love my sugar. I love my sweets. But it's something that I've been trying to do a little better at. So especially at lunch, we'll usually have leftovers at lunchtime, but if we don't have leftovers, then I like to have either a salad or a wrap, and I will just fill it full of vegetables. I'll do lettuce, tomato, cucumber, carrots, peppers, and then add in some hummus or some olive oil, salt and pepper, and cheese, usually some cheese, sometimes some chicken or avocado. And that way I'm just getting lots of nutrients and lots of vegetables, which is so good for our bodies. And then at dinner, I used to just do one vegetable at dinner. And I realized that my kids were not getting enough vegetables and I wasn't either. And so now I've been doing 2 vegetables at dinner, trying my best to do 2 vegetables. So it's usually a salad or some kind of like cut up fresh produce like carrots or cucumbers, and then a roasted vegetable of some kind. Usually I take frozen vegetables and roast them. And so getting those in is really important because we're feeding our bodies, which gives us the energy that we need, keeps us healthy so that we can do all of those homemaking tasks. Now, am I perfect at it? No, especially on the weekends. We will go out or we might order a pizza, and then I don't always get in those extra vegetables that I would like to have. Fruits, I usually, not a problem. I usually have some berries at breakfast time, or for snacks, we'll do yogurt and frozen blueberries on top. But those are all things that are really important. And so I try to make those a priority. Okay, so the next one that would be is reading. I have been trying to read more. I'm not a very good reader. Sometimes I will just listen to books on my headphones. I was trying to think what it was. I will listen to books on my headphones. I have the Hoopla app, and so I can check out audiobooks from my library and listen to them for free that way. And that's one way that I do it. I have been also actually just like checking out books and sitting down and reading. And again, at night, instead of turning on the phone or turning on the TV or scrolling through my phone, I've been trying to open up a book and actually just read for 15-20 minutes at night. Sometimes during the day, I'll even get out my book, and if we have like some reading or quiet time with the kids, sometimes I will just get my book out and read. If we are going somewhere like to a park or whatever, or a play area, and my kids just want to go run and play, then sometimes I will read there as well. Not always, but sometimes. So reading is one of those things that for me, it's important. I like to read a lot of nonfiction books. It just helps me keep on learning and just and improving myself. But nonfiction is fun to read too. And every once in a while, I will grab a nonfiction book and read those as well. Okay, the last self-care tip is making sure that you are maintaining your relationships outside of your kids. So this is something that I've been working on in the last few years personally, and that is making sure that your relationship with your husband is doing well and that you are pouring into your marriage as well, not just into your kids. I know how hard it is because you spend so much time with your kids. They're very needy. They need you to do a lot of things. And so a lot of times your marriage can get kind of not made a priority. But spending time with your husband, making sure that you connect with him every single day, planning date nights. We don't do a whole lot of like actually going out for dates. We don't pay for babysitters normally, unless it's like a really big thing where we absolutely have to have a babysitter. My dad, whenever he visits us or we go visit him, he will often watch the kids for us. So that's very, very nice that we can get out and just be the two of us. But usually date night for us is after the kids go to bed. So we, like last week, we watched a movie here at the house and had some popcorn. But a lot of times in the evenings after the kids go to bed, we will sit and we will just talk and we'll just catch up on the day or go over things that we have been on our mind and things like that. And that's super important to make sure that we are maintaining that relationship. So besides your husband, it's also important to maintain relationships with other people and other friends. And it's really easy as a homemaker to just kind of get stuck in your own little routine, in your own little home, in your own little bubble, and not go out and do other things with other people. But I try to also make that a priority to reach out to at least one person every single week and think, how can I connect with another mom or just another woman in general that I can either go get coffee with or meet at a park or whatever it might be. or just text. Even sometimes it's just a simple text to connect with someone. And so just keeping those relationships going is also really important for your self-care. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that wraps it up. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It gave you some good ideas. And if you have not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I love encouraging homemakers in their journey as homemaking so that we can be a blessing to our families and to the world around us. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.